Hey everybody, it's Brad at Dayport Brothers LLC out in Versailles, Ohio. Going to do another walk around video followed by an operational video on this 2013 Kubota M9960 tractor that came in and we're putting up for sale. Like always, I'll walk around, I'll talk about the features and functions. I'll get up close to everything, I'll show you anything that I see, talk about anything that I know. Then of course we'll fire it up, we'll run it through its paces. Show you the 3-point, the PTO, show you the front loader pins, drive it forward, we'll hit the brakes, show you the brakes are strong, lift the front end up, drive backwards, show you the 4-wheel drive works. As always, if you are in the market for a used tractor, a used piece of ag equipment, or a used piece of construction equipment, please subscribe to the channel. Please like the video. Your likes and subscriptions help other people who are looking for equipment find our videos and find our machines, and we truly do appreciate it. All right, like I said, this one is a 2013 Kubota M9960 cab, heat, air, 4-wheel drive. It's got the LA 1353 front loader with skid steer mount quick attach. This one has the 24-speed hydraulic shuttle shift, the dual speed transmission, 3 rear remotes, cast centers on the rears, brand new tires all the way around, radio, 2007 hours. So here in a little bit we'll fire it up, we'll show you these front pins up here. Fairly tight, nothing I wouldn't expect for around 2,000 hours. They're not sloppy by any stretch of imagination, just a little bit of play, but like I said, pretty tight for a 12-year-old machine with 2007 hours. As I get up close to it here, you'll see this orange paint is still fairly bright. It does have some typical scuffs, scratches, paint chips up here, especially in this front up on the cylinder, a few down here. Looks like probably a couple dents, and not really dents, but little gouges right here. A lot of times when guys load these on their trailers, they run the chain through here, and then that's where the chain pulls down tight. That's kind of what it looks like. It's like little spots where like the chain link has been pulling tight. Otherwise pretty good. Decal is starting to get a little weather checked in it there. I don't know how well you can see that. Nothing I wouldn't expect. These Kubota decals are not the greatest if you're at all familiar with Kubota. Nothing up here out of the ordinary. Some scratches here, scratch there, a couple little rock chips there, or scuffs there, a couple little ones right there. In here on the side of the hood there, you can see that paint's nice and bright, very reflective there, you can see. Like I said, brand new tires all the way around. Looking at the front rim on this side, that orange paint is pretty bright. Small few little spots around the outer edges. There's a couple little dings there, a couple little right around that outer edge, a little bit of a scratch down there. Again, nothing I wouldn't expect for a 12-year-old used loader tractor. Pretty darn good, really. Coming around, looking at the rear fender on this side, very straight there. Just you see some spots here where it's got some scuffs. It's almost like this weather stripping has been rubbing there because it's got streaks crossways there. I'll kind of get close, you can kind of see that. Kind of wearing thin here, pretty well all the way wore through there. Just starting to get thin there. A couple little rock chips here and there. A couple up here. Back side of this fender's fine. Couple scuffs and scratches up here. Down underneath that fender, everything looks good inside that fender well. Again, new tires all the way around. Looking at the rear rim on this side, paint's still fairly bright. Does have some scratches here, a couple down there, nothing out of the ordinary, a couple there. Some small dings around that outer edge. Again, nothing I wouldn't expect for a 2,000-hour tractor. Coming around to the back, does have the extendable 3-point arms. These little cuffs that go over it that actually are your they're both bent a little bit. You see a couple dings there. Same thing with this one, very common on those. That's a very thin piece of metal. They're kind of a replacement part, for a lack of better ways of saying it. Drawbar looks good. 540 PTO. Like I said, 3 rear remotes. Everything else back here, like I did say, cast centers. There you can see cast centers. Everything else back here, a little bit of dust and dirt, but the back rear end here looks good. Inside of this fender's good. Windshield wiper tank is good. This fender on this side has a spot that is cracked off. You can see they go from about here, comes over and would have been right up to there. You can kind of see how it compares to the other one. These are like a hard plastic. Once they get something nicks them, it's just completely busted off there. You can see lenses are good. Up underneath the fender on this side, everything looks good underneath here. I don't know if they had something hooked to the 3-point and somehow lifted it and it got too high and came up. I don't know how you do it. I've seen it on a bunch of these. It's got created a little spider webbing cracking there in that paint. Again, new tires. Looking at the rear rim on this side, again, same thing as the other side, just some little chips here and there, little spots where the paint's flaking, a couple little dings on the outer edge, nothing I wouldn't expect for a 2,000 hour 12-year-old tractor. The rest of this fender coming forward, aside from where it's broken off here, fairly straight. Some light scuffs there, otherwise that paint's still pretty bright. Everything looks good there. Steps on this side are good. Again, brand new tires all the way around. Looking at the front rim here on this side, again, that orange paint's pretty bright, really. Just some small little dings around the outer edges. Again, little paint chips here and there, but otherwise pretty darn good. Looking at the loader arm on this side, again, nothing that looks like it's been cracked or welded or plated there. You can see how bright and reflective that paint is, especially for a 12-year-old Kubota. You can see our shop there in the background. Some light scuffing there, nothing out of the ordinary for a used loader tractor, but like I said, nothing that looks like it's been cracked or welded or plated anywhere. Some little spider webbing in that decal. Backside of that skid steer mount plate, everything looks good there. Again, not seeing anything that looks like it's been cracked or welded or plated there. Honestly, the bucket still retains 95% of the original orange paint. Bottom is nice and straight. Cutting edge doesn't have any bows in it. Pretty darn good there. Okay, take a look here at the grill guard. Grill guard's good, and I didn't have this wrote down, but I'm seeing some auxiliary hydraulics up here. I'll have to go look and see that. That's very possible they just ran lines. Actually, let's just go do it now so I don't forget. See if those lines come all the way back here, if it's actually got the valve. My guess is oh. I don't know. Ah, there we go. Yep, they just ran lines, so you can plug into one of your valves and you can run something on the front that runs off of auxiliaries. It'll run off your rear auxiliaries there. Didn't have it on my card, so I wanted to make sure. Grill guard's nice and straight. I have it unlatched already so I could get it out of the way. Up here, this black mesh, everything looks really good there. Headlights, both sides look good. Looking at the front of the hood here, just some small little rock chips here and there, a couple there, one scratch right there. Otherwise, pretty good. There's a little tiny dent right up here. I don't know if you can see it, about the size of the tip of a finger. Otherwise, those sides are nice and bright. Let's see about popping the hood. A little bit of paint scuffed off right there. Looking in here, everything looks good down here. Looking at the fins of that radiator, everything looks nice and straight in there. Up top here. Underneath side of this hood, everything looks good. Come over here and see what we can see on the side of the block. Let me straighten out my camera a little bit here. There you can see it's good. A little bit of dust and dirt, but nice and dry in there. No oil or diesel or antifreeze running. Got a block heater here. If I can get my camera in back here, try to. Yep. Try to go nice and slow here so you guys can see in there good. Down here, oil pan looks good. Back side of this front axle, everything looks good there. That little shield in front of the steering cylinder, everything looks good here on this side. I'll go take a look on the other side. That shield's bent up just a little bit. All right, taking a look at the side of the block over here. Again, nice and dry. Now, I say it with every used machine. I'm sure if you go over it with a fine-tooth comb, there's gonna be a seep or something somewhere. But I'm not seeing anything egregious, anything obvious. Everything looks good there. Same thing back here. Take a little step back, take a good look at the cab, the interior. Up top, everything looks good there. Those lights all seem good so far. I'm not seeing anything out of the ordinary there. Not seeing anything that looks like it's been busted or cracked. All the glass seems good. I'm not seeing any cracks or spider webbing in any of that glass. Looking at these steps, a couple little, this step's kind of dented up a little bit, and that bottom one, they've got little fins on the bottom of them. That little fins dented in a little bit there. Here where you step into the cab, just some paint wore off here where your boot rubs. Floor mat's in good shape. I don't see any cuts or tears in that floor mat. A little bit of dirt there on the throttle pedal, but the brake pedals, clutch pedal, everything looks really good there. Looking at the seat, actually, I'm assuming at some point this has had a replacement seat put in because there's still plastic here, but everything looks really good there. Armrests look really good. Still has most of the plastic on the backrest. Starting to tear off a little bit. Down here, everything looks good. 3 rear remotes. All of our buttons, toggle switches, everything looks really good. Like we said, this is the 24-speed dual speed transmission. Loader controls up here on your dash, everything looks good. At the time of this video, the AC is blowing cold. You can probably hear the radio working in the background. There you can see 2007 hours. Hydraulic shuttle, of course. Fins all look good here on the HVAC. Same thing down here. Those fins are good. Those fins are good. Over here at our HVAC controls, everything looks good. Radio. Looking at the headliner here. Honestly, pretty darn clean in here. Not all stained up. Really, there's not a lot of dust. I'm not seeing any water stains. Pretty darn clean. And all this plastic is still nice and bright. Same thing over here. Everything looks good there. All right, like I said, this one's a 2013 Kubota M9960, 2007 hours. Lots of photos on our website. That's listed down below in the description. If you have any questions, comment down below. We'll try to answer them for you. We'll get that hood shut, we'll fire it up and get right into an operational video.